whenever I want to film, every single lawnmower, plane, train, person just seems to come right by my house and make every single noise. So if you hear noises in the background, I give up. Hello, my name is Elise, and I am back at it again with another book haul. Technically, I've put myself on a little unofficial book buying ban, but the good news is all the books in this haul I have not purchased myself. I'm filming this video a little early and I probably won't post it till November and sometime, if that's when you're watching it. But these are all books from October. It was my birthday the end of October, so a lot of these were gifts for my birthday. One of them was won in a giveaway. There's an arc or two in here. So yeah, I technically have not broken my book buying ban, which is good, but I am excited about all the titles that I will be talking about today. Again, I am filming this a bit early and don't plan to upload this until later, so I might have read some of these books by the time you watch this and might have talked about it in my wrap up for October, so sorry if this is repetitive. But other than that, let's get into it. Alright, so I have moved all the books for this haul into a nice stack next to me. Obviously you can't see it, but just wanted to first start by saying thanks to everyone who did get me these books. I really appreciate it, and I will be putting everyone's names down below in the description just to say thank you. And yeah, again, for the second time, let's get started for real. So the first three books I'm really excited about. I got books 3, 4, and 5 in the Trials of Apollo series. I already own books 1 and 2, and I really loved the first one, but I read it when it came out, and then I just kind of forgot that there were more books in the series. I really don't read series often, and when it comes to series that are not already complete, I just get impatient or forget that the series is still ongoing. So I finally have all the books in the series. Well, you can't see them. All of the books in the series, and that way I can actually read them, because again, I really hate waiting for books in series. I do realize right now that I'm holding these out of order. That is bothersome. Let's just turn them around. There we go. So yeah, I am so excited to read this because I loved Apollo in the first book, and also my favorite Nico and Will are gonna be in there, or are in there. So yeah, I have a feeling I might even like this series more than the original Percy Jackson series, but don't quote me on that. Next is Patron Saints of Nothing. I already know that I've finished this by now, so it would be in my wrap-up that would be uploaded before this video is uploaded. So basically I've already talked about this book, but I loved this. It has a biracial, half Filipino, half white character, and I really love that because I'm half white, half Filipino, and it was really fun to see that rep. It takes place in America, but then the main character goes to the Philippines. So it was very interesting to read about a character who has a similar connection to culture that I do, where he grew up completely Americanized, and while he does identify as Filipino, he really doesn't know anything about his culture. So it's really a story focused on culture and family and friendship, and I just loved it so much, and I really did see myself in this book. I guess I'm talking as if this is a wrap-up. This is a book haul. But anyways, I'm very grateful that I have this in my possession now. Next is Legendborn. I am very distracted with my ring light's reflection on this cover. My goodness. Anyway, if you were the one who got this for me, please let me know if you want to, because this was the only book that I got that didn't come with a note, so I don't know who it came from. If you're watching, thank you so much. But anyway, this is one of those books where I don't really know what it's about, but I've heard so many amazing things on Twitter that I just was very interested. But for the life of me, I cannot make myself read summaries. So I guess I will see if I like this or not when I actually read it. But I do have a feeling I am going to like it a lot, which is why I wanted it. So yeah, excited to read this eventually. Next, I have 3 more books. These all were from the same person. They are Muse of Nightmares, Picture Us in the Light, and The Weight of Stars. I've been really wanting to read all of these. I'm glad I finally got Muse of Nightmares, because again, I really don't do good with series unless I have the entire series. So I do have Strange the Dreamer right there, and now I have the other book. And then The Weight of Stars, I really wanted to read this one because first of all, the main character, or I'm gonna assume that's the main character on the cover, has cool hair, and that's like always enough to make me want to read a book. But anyway, I've seen this on a lot of recommendation lists, and from the summary of the book, which I actually read for once, I can't really tell what it's about, so I'm interested to see where this goes. And then this one, Picture Us in the Light, I've been wanting to read this one since it came out and then just never got the opportunity to, and I did finally read it. It was wonderful, 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 just like I was expecting. It's the kind of quiet YA contemporary that I just love so much and I think is so underrated as a genre. So thank you again for these three. The next book is Summer Bird Blue. I actually won this in a giveaway for the Ace Readathon that took place last month in October. I've been silently taking part in that because I've been overwhelmed with readathons, so I've just been doing whatever prompts fit the books on my TBR. But thank you so much for the co-hosts for doing this giveaway, and I'm really excited to read this one. Also, I like that the cover is shimmery. I get so distracted by shimmery things. It's like I'm a crow or something. And then once again, I cannot start series without knowing that I have all of the books on hand. I don't know why, but I've owned 6 of Crows, it's somewhere over there, for years and years and years, and like I tried starting it and then I just couldn't finish it for some reason. Not because it was bad, just because that's how I am. I don't know. But I finally got Crooked Kingdom, so I have both of the books in the duology, and as everyone knows, this is a series that, or a duology again, that everyone has heard of, that most people have read, and most people love. So now finally I can start and finish this duology, because technically I've had it marked as DNF for so many years, and I hate that because I do have every intention of picking it up again and finishing it, but I don't know, I just have not. So now I have every reason to actually read it and finish it. So the next 5 books in my hand right now I technically already own, but I'm super excited about them because it is the 10th anniversary edition for the Heroes of Olympus series. I do technically have that series hanging out right behind me, but I've really wanted this series so bad. Well, this edition of the series so bad, because the cover art on here is so beautiful. You can just see the spines. I think they're super cool. I love the characters on there. I love this art. Definitely so much better than the original Percy Jackson art. And again, this is one of my favorite series. I actually like the Heroes of Olympus more than the original Percy Jackson series, so I don't mind owning 2 copies of each of the books in the series. And I just love the art, and I'm really preparing for the TV show that will come out at some point in my life, hopefully, and I will be rereading them, so why not? This is just me justifying why I own 2 sets of the Heroes of Olympus series. Alright, so there's no reason for me to put these 2 books together, but I am, because they're both hefty chonkers. This one is A Little Life, and this one is The Priory of the Orange Tree. These are some thick books, and what's funny is, look at how big this book is. I'm pretty sure they're either the same amount of pages, or this one might even be a little bit more. I'm pretty sure they're both like 800 pages. Oh no, this one's almost 800, and this one's slightly over 800. So this is a lot of words, but I've been wanting to read these for so long, but I've been putting them off because I need the physical books to read a book this long. Literally, my wrist hurts right now from carrying this book, just holding it up, because look, it barely even fits in my hand. But anyway, both of these, again, I think they're going to put me on some emotional roller coaster, but that's okay. Definitely going to take a long time to read these, but again, that's okay. Looking forward to it. My library currently doesn't have the audiobook for either. I've already submitted a purchase request form because I don't know how I'm gonna get through these without an audiobook, but whatever, it's gonna be a fun, sad time. I can't wait to read these. The next book is called Illegal. This is actually a graphic novel. This is from one of my friends back home. Hi, if you're watching. But I can't wait to read this one. I've already flipped through some of the pages. Hold on, give me a second. Oh gosh, the stress. I've already flipped through some of the pages, and The art is really wonderful, and I have not heard of this one, so I'm really interested to see what it's about. I mean, I already know it's about immigration. I just read the back, but I'm interested to see what that approach is. And it's been like a month since I've read a graphic novel, probably because I've run out of Avatar comics to read, so finally have another one to read. I meant another graphic novel to read, not another Avatar comic. This is clearly not Avatar. Next is Gideon the Ninth, and I cannot wait to see what approach the author takes to this theme, because I've read some summaries, I've read some reviews about this book, and it just sounds epic. I can't wait to read it. The cover is full of like disjointed, breaking skeleton bones. I don't know, but I have a feeling this is going to be a fun time, and I think the second book just recently came out, which is good, because again, I like when I have more books in a series rather than just waiting one book at a time. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I mean, this is gonna be epic, no doubt about it. The next book has been on my TBR forever. It is The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. I've been begging my library for so long to buy this for me, so I'm glad I finally own it because they still haven't purchased it. But I know I always say covers are pretty, but can we give a few seconds for this one? So wonderful. This is another one of those soft, quiet YA contemporaries that I just love so much, and I can't wait to read this one. I already know I'm gonna love it. There's no way it's gonna disappoint me. I already know I love it. I have not read a word of it, and I already know it's gonna be one of my favorites. The next book is Camp. I forgot to mention that the same person who got me this book also got me, oh my gosh, it's upside down, got me Patron Saints of Nothing. Thank you, JV. But yeah, this one has been, again, on my TBR for a long time. I don't know too much about it, just that it's YA contemporary, and all you have to say to me is YA contemporary and I'm in. But the cover is super cool, and I've heard a lot of people saying good things about it. I've read some reviews, and yeah, I've been really excited to read this one, hopefully this month. Next two books are from the same person. I'm really glad I finally have them. The first one is Long Way Down, and I cannot wait to read this if I haven't already read this by the time I upload this video. But it is in verse, and I just love books in verse so much. I mean, especially since discovering Elizabeth Acevedo this year, I've totally rekindled my love for books in verse. So this one is definitely one that I've been wanting to read because I've heard so much about it, and also I know there's a graphic novel that either just came out or will come out or already came out, I don't know. But yeah, I love books in verse, and I want to read the graphic novel adaptation too, so can't wait to cry over this one. And then the second one of these two books is Alatsue. I have been pronouncing this wrong. I mentioned in another video that I hope I wasn't pronouncing this wrong. I have been. Good for me. But yeah, this one has been one of my most anticipated releases for 2020, so I'm so happy to finally have it, especially since my library doesn't have it. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. The cover is gorgeous. I know I probably said that at least 3 times in this video, and I don't know, I just love this look, and I read the summary again for once since I don't usually do that, and it just sounds so great, something that I would definitely love. So hopefully I can get to this one soon if I haven't already. The next book is an arc that someone from Twitter passed down to me. It is The Love Curse of Melody McIntyre. I think that's how you say the last name. But this is a sapphic novel, I'm pretty sure, and the cover is bright, and I think it's theater related. Yeah, school performance, the show ends in catastrophe. There we go. That sounds interesting to me. I mean, I know a lot of people don't love YA contemporary that take place in high school, but I don't mind, and I think the characters on the cover look neat. So I'm excited to read this one. It is a lot longer than I was expecting. I've already read one of the books from this author, Robin Talley, and I loved the writing style, so I'm already assuming this one will be pretty great too. The next book is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. we are turning it up a notch and reading adult contemporary fiction instead of YA contemporary fiction. But I've been wanting to read this because it's a romance, I'm pretty sure, with a socially awkward main character. And those are my favorite kind of characters because a little someone over here can relate to that. I've said this so many times, so I'm always a little hesitant when it comes to adult romances because I don't really like romance that much unless it has the awkward coming of age element that you often find in young adult. But I'm interested to see how this goes because, again, I have a feeling I'm going to relate a lot to the main character, but maybe not. We'll see. I haven't read it. And then the last one is a book I already read but would love to read about a million more times. It is Heartstopper Volume 2. I already own the first one, so this is the second one, which is honestly, I think the second one is better than the first one, and I'm still missing the third one, and I actually like the third one more than the second one. I don't know, but I'm super happy to finally own this. One fun thing about these two Heartstopper books I own is they are completely different publishers. This one's from Scholastic, the other one isn't. So the covers are like different textures, and also they're different sizes, and that bothers me immensely. But that, like, look at, they don't match up. What on earth? But anyways, it's okay because this book is so great. I love Alice Oseman so much. How many videos am I gonna film where I say that? But I'm so grateful that I finally own this one. That is the end of this rather large book haul. Thank you again to everyone who sent books over to me. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, like, a lot. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait to read all of these. I'm really making an attempt to read the physical books I already own. So hopefully I finish a good portion of these in the near future. But regardless, I think they all sound great and I will probably enjoy them all. So at some point whenever I read them, I'm sure they will be lovely. But thank you again for watching. Goodbye. For the life of me, I cannot, oh my gosh, that is so distracting. I'm sorry, I have the mind of like, you know what? I don't mind owning 2 copies of each, and I did want to own 2 copies of each because why not own 2 copies of each? I just dropped the book. Maybe that's a sign I shouldn't own 2 copies of each, but that's okay. I mean, I know I always say covers are beautiful, but can we just give 1 second for this cover, or like